Michaela Ponza, Thea Grigorin, and of course, Marie Dorin, who leads the way. No surprise to see Magdalena Neuner take the lead again from Marie Dorin. She came out of the range 5 seconds down. It only took a matter of 400 meters before she was back in front and has probably now got a 4-5 second lead over Anastasia Kuzmina, who's looking very fluent. What about the technique of Neuner, Mike?
Neuner, it's a strange technique. Without a doubt, she raises her on the extension of the leg, transferring her weight. She really lifts the ski high as it comes back in underneath her.
During the recovery phase?
During that phase there on the extension and then drawing the leg back in, she really lifts her heels up high.
And what do you think the reason for that is? Because it's something that they must have picked up on.
They must have. I think it's the placement of her bindings. Without a doubt, when you have your bindings further back on the ski, they slide more easily up the hill. And of course, a huge percentage of these tracks are uphill. And that must be what the German technicians are feeling. And also, of course, Neuner making those comments as well.
Well, of course, what goes up has to come down. So you do the same amount of descending as you do climbing, but you spend 70% of your time on the uphill sections on a cross-country course. So that's where most of the time can be made up. Henkel of Sweden, of course, the individual Ekholm, I should say, of Sweden, of the individual champion, in 9th at the moment. She's only missed one, but it's 33 seconds down. You have to remember, Kuzmina and Neuner have both missed one apiece, and they're a long, long way ahead, both 30 seconds clear of Ekholm at the moment. There she is, Ekholm, in the yellow bib now as the overall World Cup leader. And just to tell you how tight it is in the Women's World Cup, you have Ekholm and Mäkäräinen both on 871. Ekholm gets the yellow bib because she's got one more victory than Mäkäräinen of Finland. Henkel in 3rd place in the overall standings. Berger, Neuner 4 and 5, and Neuner is less than 80 points behind. So it is not over yet with 4 races, which includes this one, still to go. So 240 points still up for grabs in this season. The first season where every single race will count towards the overall World Cup title.
Two of the big names, Patrick, Henkel and Berger, they're 21st and 22nd at the moment. They've both missed 3 shots.
Kuzmina is gaining on Magdalena Neuner. That's going to be interesting for the final shoot. Marie Dorin just 9.7, so she's lost 15 effectively to Neuner on this lap in the last 2.1 kilometers. Michaela Ponza not on the sort of ski form that we saw 3-4 seasons ago, Mike, but the last month her shooting has got better and better.
It has indeed, and we did see Ponza coming back into good shape, good form over in the States at the 2 World Cups there. I thought she might carry it through to these championships.
It's a good race so far for Miriam Gustner, who really came to our notice in Östersund at the beginning of the season, and she has hit 9 out of 10 so far, but again, it's the standing shoot that usually proves her undoing. The defending champion, Zaitseva, in 6th position at the moment. She's only 35 seconds down. So if she can clear the standing target, Zaitseva could defend her title and bring Russia their very first gold. But that's a long, long way off. I'm not sure how many people would put a whole bundle of money on that scenario. Domracheva on the right wearing 9. Number 26 is Anaïs Bescon of France. Number 1, of course, is Magdalena Neuner, just 24 years old. She won this race, the World Cup race, here on these tracks last year. And she does say time and time again that these tracks suit her. Once the shoot is completed, Mike, maybe you can explain why Neuner and Gustner and so many people do well here, but struggle on other tracks. Horses for courses, perhaps. Now, here we go. Shoot number 3, first in the stand position, as you can see. The 2 fastest women on the tour shooting side by side. Now a chance for Dorin. Kuzmina's really struggling. The wind picking up a little bit from left to right.
Kuzmina, look at her right leg. There's a slight bend in it. There's a lot of tension throughout her body. Kuzmina.
5 out of 5 for Marie Dorat.
Whoa.
Well,
Giacchino, he's loving it. Absolutely loving it.
So he should. This is their strong point. Michaela Ponza, solid as a rock. 5 go down at the first time of asking. Kuzmina, that's the longest shoot we've seen from her all season, and she still missed 2.
She was on the range for 41 seconds, Kuzmina, compared to 29 for Neuner.
Brunet shows us that the French still are the masters with the rifle. She goes 5. Zaitsev, 5 out of 5. The defending champion brings the crowd to their feet. Ekholm 5. Simirienko 5. Fantastic shooting. And Neuner now has to do the work all over again. She's still on the penalty loop. She comes off this time, and she's going to find herself, instead of 30 seconds ahead, she's 30 seconds down.
It's still very close. Back to 6th place, 30.5 seconds. Any one of those 6 could take the title, depending on what the others do on the range.
The two leaders have shot the perfect 15. Number 19, Anna Begali-Titovets. It's been a disastrous race so far. 2 falls on the very first lap, and she's a lonely figure on the firing point at the moment. 5 will certainly bring a cheer from the crowd if she can do it. Looked to have broken the position before she pulled the trigger. Let's have a look at the top 10. Durand, Ponza, Brunet. The French are there in numbers 1 and 3. And Ekholm of Sweden looking very, very dangerous. Just 28 seconds down off.
Nice.
Well, it's the individual 15-kilometre women that is known as the marksman's race, certainly in the men's case as well, over 20k. But today it's proving to be the case of the best shots do best. And we have 2 leaders on 15 hits out of 15. Marie Dorat of France, Michaela Ponza of Italy. They're separated by just a couple of seconds. But, Mike, what developments on that 3rd shoot. Berger coming through, Henkel advancing, although still some way off the leaders. Those who made mistakes on the prone are starting to come back.
It's amazing. I think Tora Berger has got the energy, the best move forward, moving up the rankings. She was 28th before this time into the range. She's moved all the way to 8th. And, you know, she's still got her chances. They're still alive in this race.
Amazingly, Neuner still in 3rd position after those 2 penalties, 19.5 down. She hasn't given up on this one quite yet. Good run so far from Valia Simirienko. There she is, her sister already with a medal. And what a sister can do, she can usually do just that little bit better. Can she get on the podium today? It's going to be a big ask from her.
I love it when this race is about the shooting. You need ski speed, of course you do, but at the moment it's the sharpshooters who are leading, but look who's chasing them down. It's the fastest skier in women's biathlon.
My goodness, Neuner is clawing that gap back. Neuner came out of the range 34 seconds behind, and she was down in 7th position. She's gone up into 3rd. She's blasted, absolutely blasted past Olga Zaitsev and Helena Ekholm there, wearing 15 and the yellow bib. And then number 14, Brunet, struggling to stay with the pace, but still in a good position. Doracheva, after a ropey start, Mike, that fall coming out of the stage, she's got back, and here is Tora Berger. If she's anywhere near the front on that final lap, you have to put a little bit of money on her.
38. She's only pulled 4 seconds back off the front of the lead, but of course Neuner skiing much faster.
So Neuner, you feel, if she shoots 5 out of 5 on the last shoot, will take the victory because she's clawed it back to less than 19 seconds. And of course, Mike, she's working perhaps harder than she has done on any loop this championships. What does that do to her chances of hitting 5 in the stand?
It reduces. I mean, remember when she was leading this, she missed 2, and now she's chasing these 2 leaders, really trying to close them down. That's going to put her into or outside of her normal comfort zone coming in to shoot, and I think Neuner's going to have to take that risk.
As we see them come up to 9.6, Mike, just very quickly explain why Neuner is so suited to these tracks.
Just her flowing ability and her, well, I think her fitness level as well. She doesn't generally like the fast technical down sections, and we don't have many of these here.
Look at that, she's got to within 10 seconds. Remember, she was 34.9 behind coming out of the range, so 20 seconds quicker than anyone over the last 2.1 kilometers. Domracheva only 24 behind. Tora Berger was 28 behind, and that margin is growing.
Mäkäräinen, look at Mäkäräinen, one of the second fastest skier. She's missed 3, but she's believing.
Yeah, she's moving up ahead of Tora Berger. Berger actually was 42, so she's made a 4-second gain, as Mike said earlier. Grigorin down in 11. Kuzmina, who was going so well early on, now really struggling from 59. She's made up 10 seconds. That's a fantastic effort. Henkel in 14th. Is she too far behind? Almost a minute behind the leaders. And Miriam Gössner down in 15 after producing 2 good prone shoots. She missed 2 on that first stand, so I think that could be her undoing today, and it might be the factor that keeps her out of the relay team tomorrow, the final event of these World Championships.
Neuner has pulled back almost that 34.9 second deficit. That's a different class of ski speed, and look, she's going to put them under pressure just to let them know I'm here.
Well, we know that Durand can shoot, and we know that Michaela Ponza is on form with the rifle. What we don't know is how they are going to cope with this sort of situation.
Ekholm's there as well, Patrick, just turning the corner into the end of the range now for Ekholm, and well, she won't shoot fast, but she could still take this one.
Marie Durand in lane 1, the bronze medalist from Vancouver last year in the sprint event. It's a very different situation to be shooting in a